All right, I think we're live, Lenny. Now, let me see if I'm going to copy that. Let me. All right. We're just gonna wait for people to get on here. All right. Lighting's atrocious in this place, that's for sure. How's it coming? Hey, we got 3 on already. Hey, guys. How y'all doing? Hi, Casper. Nice to see you. How you doing? Got it all? All right. Get the... All right, come on over here, baby.
You have any notes yourself?
There wasn't really many notes for me to take this time because there wasn't a lot of... Watch the cord, please. Oh, your leg's right against it, babe.
I'm trying to get it to the curve on this side and that's what I got in between it. I had problems last
Alrighty. Alright. Alright. Hi, Jenny. How you doing? Thanks for joining us tonight. Did you guys bring your drinks? You start. I gotta do something. You know where that cup got 200
right in front of it should be.
Go ahead and start. Let me just...
I'll wait until you come back and then I'll get it read.
Well, entertain the masses or something. Do something.
I'm not gonna do it.
Look at me being all prepared. Look at me being all prepared, guys. But no, in all seriousness, though, our lives are hell right now. You see that? Oh, Merry Christmas. Find a new home. Guys, look what my best friend, Chris the Bee, got me for my birthday on October 25th. Look at that. My own little merch. Should I make some merch? Can't afford to buy merch, let alone make merch. All right, so thank you to everybody who has stuck with us going on right now. Everything's just my brain is shot. Oh, that stupid glare. It's like one little thing throws off your whole plan. You want to say hi to your fans? Hi, fans. She's upset because her nuggets were over crisp. Watch TV. All right, let's get into this. So, Jar of Rebuke. episodes. What are we on?
7 and 8.
I'm telling you, we're just gonna call this shit, and shit is what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. So, episode 7, shifts.
Jared's working in the lab by himself. Not as lonely at home because Grove helps him and is cuddly. Jamie walks in on Jared. She gets a coffee for both of them. Her last name's Everett. Getting colder weather outside.
Mood.
Dr. Castillo is doing work like she used to before she was partnered with Jared.
Hold on. Audio's choppy. Choppy is in we're fading in and out, or choppy is in you can't hear us. We had this problem last time, didn't we? Hey, keep it down in there, babe.
Sorry. Because you're so smart.
The kid's watching someone play Minecraft. Is that better? Can someone tell us if that's angle the sound is coming from, fading in and out? Oh boy.
Maybe you might have to read it.
Certain angles we can hear you, but others it's muffled. All right. We had this problem last time, Lenny. Y'all gonna be up close. I'll pull up in our business. Can you hear us better now? Is it much better now? Turn away from the mic or get too far away. I have no idea where the mic even is in this thing. Just a laptop. All right. So, is that a little bit better? Is that better? Probably by the webcam. Might be this little doodad right here, or that little thing.
Not sure.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Now you have to speak loud.
I'll try.
You can do it. Jonathan, keep it down. Not down again. Thank you.
Jared's working in the lab by himself. Not as lonely at home because Grove helps him and is cuddly. Jamie walks in on Jared. She gets a coffee for both of them. Her last name is Everett. Colder weather outside. Dr. Castillo is doing her work like she used to before she was partnered with Jared, keeping her out of the lab, which is making her happier. Jared went to an appointment with Dr. Demond, which didn't care about hearing that Jared took in a dog. Dr. Demond doesn't remember Jared's friend's names. Dr. Demond wants to change Jared's sessions more steady and with someone else. Mr. Liam Zimmer, supposed to help him with memory problems, a psychologist. The headaches are returning, not as strong but annoying. Jared checks up on Mr. Zimmer in the work files. Mainly works in rehabilitation with experimental methods. Jared's frustrated about not being able to see other specialists, but none could understand his life and work outside of the enclosure. Jared wants to book a room at the Chronicle Inn to possibly see and talk to the Blue Lady to find out her name. Balancing work and searching for himself and relaxing is hard for Jared to do. Jared is trying to cook, but not very good, so Darius is coming over sometime to help him. Next few weeks, Jared will go out into the field to investigate children supposedly beaten and examined by a doctor. Milo and Holly and Jared watched weird movies and played video games when they brought their system over. Darius and Jared are getting into more personal talks. Jared is debating whether to go back to check in the inn, but he probably will do it later. Jamie came in and invited Jared to a lunch meal together. That's where he cut off for the shifts.
So that was chefs.
Yeah.
You know what? I usually start out my reviews getting right to the point. And these days we've learned Dr. Todd Carmen always holds a special place in the blackest part of my heart. What kind of dick? I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm laughing because this is just the ultimate way that Dr. Carmen can show the type of dick he is. What kind of dick makes a joke about a woman being in a wheelchair and if her legs work or not? I mean, I'm laughing about that because I had a friend from high school that was in a wheelchair, and those were the types of jokes we made at each other. But here's the thing. There's a difference between making jokes that you genuinely are joking and being that person that nobody in your whole fucking work complex likes. It's like, who does he think he's kidding? Can somebody confirm that Dr. Todd Carmen believes that everybody at the enclosure below him is stupid? Yes, Todd is a jerk. Can I get confirmation that he genuinely has himself on such a high enough pedestal that he believes everybody below him is too stupid to see that he's genuinely being a smartass? See, I was brought up, you don't make jokes like that intentionally, because usually whatever you're joking about will happen to you. Like my mom used to tell me, I'd go to the nursing home. Maybe. Casper, my friend, I'm writing a script just for you, my friend. But it's like when you used to go to the hospital and visit your family members and you'd sit in the wheelchair and you'd be like scooting it back and forth because you know kids with ADHD, and your mom would be like, how y'all like Jamie? Jamie's a doll. Speak for yourself. She comes into a lab on her break to take naps. That is wholesome right there. That is the realest, that is the most nonfiction part of this series that I have encountered so far. The most nonfiction. Man, I've tried to take naps at the salon. Tracy don't appreciate that.
I can't see why.
Now, there is something that I would like to eventually ask about Jamie, and it's not, I know the, laws about you're not supposed to ask what people's, disabilities and such are, only because, it's just rude. But this is just for mainly story purposes, not discrimination of any sort, but she obviously had some sort of injury, it seems. It hasn't been confirmed if it was an injury or what's going on, but I'm curious if that was maybe tied to another workplace related incident, or I know it's kind of off, the point a little bit and not really makes a big thing in the probably doesn't play an overall story, but I just can't help but wonder. I mean, regardless, she's working. That's awesome. But I can't help but wonder if she tell Casper go for it. So we're gonna have get your pencil. Just okay, please do. Tell please I guess I'm just scared that she was hurt at work. I guess that's really what I'm worried about. Was she hurt at work? Please tell me she wasn't hurt at work. She's named fibromyalgia. Okay. Fibromyalgia, chronic pain. Well, that would make sense. Well, wait a freaking minute. You're telling me that Todd knows that she lives with chronic pain and are your legs working today? Do we have any booze in the fridge?
No.
I'm going on a booze run later. Just saying.
I'm done.
Mixed drink.
Yeah.
You're a weenie. So, I didn't get a chance to tell you this, but when I was re-listening to shifts earlier this afternoon, uh, for some reason, this is just how my brain works. It's like 10 years after the fact, I get to thinking finally when the spark plugs decide to make the connection again. But isn't it unusual to you that Grove, is a hellhound and he's being protective of Jared? So my little brain decided to be like, hey, why is he protecting Jared? At what points do hellhounds protect people? Is there ever a case where hellhounds protect people? So I skittered off to Google, and guess what I found out, Lenny? And I'll tell you guys this too. There have been reports that hellhounds, because Jared is a sweet being alone, of course, because him's a good boy. I found on Wikipedia that there are claims that hellhounds are also protectors of those with supernatural or cryptic abilities. Truth. They're all good boys that gets the scritchins. Huh. So yes, it seems that there have been accounts of hellhounds will protect those with supernatural abilities, which goes back to a few of my theories from episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. For those of you who this is your first time joining in, we have some theories as to what is going on with Jared. We believe that key is somehow keeping him from remembering stuff that he's supposed to, instead of having him, retain memories that he currently has. So it's kind of doing like the reverse effect. We're both dead set that Dr. Todd Carmen is an a-hole and he's involved somehow in that incident, whatever it was called. We've got theories that Jared himself is a cryptid, whether it's like a cryptid type of situation, or if he's like some sort of supernatural entity. Would you like to fill in our new guest on your theory involving the blue lady from Cherry Tobacco, Dr. Todd Carmen, and Jared? Can you remember it? Mm-hmm. Well, look who has just joined us. The wonderful creator of my gift. It's got milk in it, Krista. So, yes.
Hello.
Would you care to give a as brief as you can recap of your theory involving those three?
Well, my first theory was that Jared and Todd were both lovers of the same woman, who was the blue woman, and the blue woman was taken from Jared to become Todd's wife, and Todd was doing some kind of blackmail on the woman to make it so the key around Jared's neck was actually holding evidence to the whole scandal of Todd making the blue woman become Todd's wife instead of being Jared's wife. But then I got to thinking otherwise, that when you were starting to bring more people in, Casper, I thought the blue woman might have been There was different theories, but I couldn't come up with all of them because there was too many going on in my head at one time. I also said that Dr. Castillo might have been the daughter of the Blue Lady. Also got to thinking that the Blue Lady was somehow Darius's mother at one point. I was wondering why, when in the one where the swamp monster was, why Darius kept on wearing oversized coats, because I thought he might somehow turn into a werewolf to fit his clothes, so his clothes always didn't rip and tear. I thought the teacher was also the teacher of Jared when he was younger, and when all the desks went and turned towards Jared, I thought that was some of his classmates when he was younger. And some of the classmates might have been the black-eyed kids knocking on the door.
One can usually tell the social life of others by what comes out of their mouths when they do.
Well, the weirdest one that came to my mind, which I don't think I've told anybody except for Becky, was with going over the first story again, the introduction to it. When Todd was very pale, and they said the rooms in the enclosure was very uncomfortable, and Jared kept on getting the headaches. I thought Todd and Jared might have been vampires, and the uncomfortableness of the things were like the rooms in the enclosure were like uncomfortable because vampires usually sleep in coffins, and the thing around the neck, the key around the neck was actually making it so Jared could still be out and about in the daytime without having trouble with the sunlight, but the headaches might have been because of him not being able to get blood because of wanting blood from being a vampire.
Fun fact, there are legends of vampires that are actually able to walk during the day. And they don't glitter in the sparkle in the sunlight. I'm just going to put that and leave that right there.
Well, that pretty much is all my series that I thought of, except for the Hellhound might have been one of Jared's pets before the incident, and he just coming back to him again. But that's all the theories I got so far from what I've read and thought up of.
We have no odds. So you got notes on them too.
Yeah, I just finished them before we started.
Black eyes triggered me. I'm just throwing that out there right now. Black eyes. Oh, that triggered me a little bit. I kind of went to a mini panic attack with that one.
Well, it starts out where Jared's already out in the field. He looked into those kids, called them melon heads. While it was snowing out, he likes the cold. Kids were standing in the road. Their clothes were tattered, cold not affecting them, at least by what he could tell.
Sounds like my soul.
They were either glowing or reflecting light somehow. They charged the car that Jared was in, and the rumor was they might eat people. There were more of them on the edges of the road, and Jared started to thinking what might have happened to them. It was pretty much affecting him for the way he was thinking, making him feel a little bit weird because of thinking what they had to go through to become that way. When he went into work, he got an email to go out and check out the children. Dr. Damon and Mr. Zimmer wondered why Jared had empathy for the creatures they investigate. They couldn't understand why they wanted to have empathy for creatures when they're just going out to investigate them and possibly capture them.
A creature's a creature, no matter how weird.
Yeah, you accepted me, so right there's the point. Doctor. Okay, I'll write that. Dr. Damon and Mr. Zimmer are professional with each other, but not fond of each other and don't get along. Darius's dad went all out for decorating lights for the season. Grove and Darius got along when Darius came over to Jared's to show him how to do recipes. Darius and Holly suggested that they and Jared go sledding, which Jared has not done, or at least to his recollection, he has not done.
I feel like sled riding is one of the few joys in life that, unless you like were traumatized by it, like in a bowling or something, I feel like even amnesia wouldn't be able to feel the joy of sled riding. That's me.
Jared got a call from Anika Relch, the principal. I'm sorry if I got that name wrong. Anika Relch, principal of the school, asking if he would be able to be a member of Career Day, and Jared would be a speaker. It would be in January after the winter break. Then he.
Oh, I'm crying now.
Jared hears something, almost sounds like his own voice over talking over himself.
I think he knows.
No.
I think it's one of those. Yes, we caught on. I'm thinking something was trying to come back. Do you know what that sounded? You'll have to do something about your sound. We're gonna have to get like a microphone or something. Either that, or we're gonna have to be like here, all up in people's business. I think what happened there. Yes, I noticed it. I think what happened was there was a memory or something trying to come back out. A situation that might have been similar to what he was talking about when he was spiraling after the phone call. So honestly, to me, it sounded like his voice saying those exact same words at the moment, but the way his voice sounded like he was in a different frame of mind at the time. So I'm convinced it was a memory. Can y'all hear me? Is that better? People still hear us? Chat room went quiet. So melon heads. Do you know about the legend of the melon heads? Do you want the Connecticut legend, the Ohio legend, or the Michigan legend?
Yes.
Okay, so basically they're all the same, depending on where you're from, and it's the direction of the sound. It's better when you're close. Can I see this? Is that better? So the Melonhead story I grew up with is terrifying. Oh, it's almost my bedtime. So, Jenny, would you care in the chat room to share your knowledge of the Melonhead story? I can share what I know. I mean, don't know nothing.
Paranormal.
Melonheads. Kids, experiments, kidnapped by a doctor, horrible things. They kill doctor. They either eat them, they chop them up, but they all end up in the woods and they're little hellions. Melonhead stories are all wild. Yes, they are. They are. The reason they're called melon heads is because I've shown you photos of kids with hydrocephaly, right?
If you have, I don't remember.
Okay, so microcephaly, sorry, trigger warnings. Microcephaly are the babies that are born without most of their heads up here. They're real sad looking. It's depressing.
Yeah.
Hydrocephaly is excess fluid on the brain. So those people in the hospital that there's a specific road in the Connecticut that people can't drive down at night. It said that the melonheads will throw deer carcasses in the road to get people to stop. Ooh.
Yeah.
Venison?
Not that way.
Sick fuck.
Especially if it's a near deer.
Get out of their car and they attack and eat them. Ooh.
Yeah.
Cannibal children. Not quite children of the corn, but
Yeah.
man. But yeah, so hydrocephaly is when there's excess fluid on the brain, so it makes their heads look all big and melon-like.
Yeah.
But yeah, in a lot of the legends, they attack people and they eat them because, starving children in the woods. Sometimes they're ghosts, sometimes they're not. I guess it just depends on where you're from. We don't have nothing like that here.
Thank goodness.
Right? We just got Bigfoot wandering around. We're pretty boring up here in central Pennsylvania. And there's usually no bodies ever found.
Lots of abandoned cars.
That is terrifying. So these cars, they never find their owners. That's scary, yo. So did that conclude the notes for Black Ice, or did we get off topic? Well, quit screwing around and do your job.
Yeah. Jared likes learning about the creatures they study. He doesn't like trapping them.
Nope, then again, there's a lot of... We are never going to Connecticut. Okay?
Yeah, I don't want to go up to where the WWE headquarters are either. It's true. People in Wichton have a healthy respect for creatures. They know that they're there, but they don't bug them. Darius and Holly have had the black-eyed kids knock on their doors, but they don't let them in, just like Jared doesn't let them in anymore after learning the hard way. Jared is having a hard time between remembering the lies he has told and the truth. So much he has trouble remembering the truth. Jared will submit his report and thinks his findings will not be to Todd's liking.
Oh, yeah, it's hard, yeah. Remember the clowns that were everywhere last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Connecticut was the focal point of that.
Yeah.
That was their home base, as you would say. Connecticut in all cases is beautiful. Very beautiful.
I'll reread the last one over again because there was more to it and it would sound weird if I didn't.
Okay.
Jared will submit his report and he thinks his findings will not be to Todd's liking, but they will decide what to do with the creature/kids. Jared is going home to get some supper, a hot drink, and a hot shower. Jared is supposed to have a few days off upcoming soon, where Holly and Darius are insisting on him going sledding if he gets the days off. Then,
Todd? Yeah. Todd? Yeah, hello, sir. Todd, I'm going to need you to let Jared go sled riding, okay? Okay, you've already used up your dick points for this week. So I'm going to need you to chill because you're going to start cashing douche checks that your account's going to bounce, okay? Thanks. Sorry. Meltdown over.
and Jared signs off. No? if that one theory about them being vampires, he's lived long enough to try and do bad jokes that way.
Right. That was creepy. It was, wasn't it? It's all in good fun. So yeah. Honestly, on my end, I'm drawing a blank as to what else to really say because nothing cryptid, creepy happened except for the melon heads. But he didn't seem really worried about them. Oh, did I tell you? Casper said that they want to play Five Nights at Freddy's, but they want to do it in character as Dr. Jared Hell, but there's a problem. Yeah. Yep, I'm going to go to the salon and I'm going to grab my stuff so I can do that for him. Yep. But, yeah, I can run to the salon and get my stuff. I'll talk later. But, what was I saying now? Casper said that they would like to play Five Nights at Freddy's in character as Dr. Jared Hell, but there's a problem. Dr. Jared would not react to the jump scares from Five Nights at Freddy's. Casper would. You're welcome. Welcome, Jeff Lee. So, does anybody in the chat room have any thoughts on their I'm a ween. You are not. You're human. Dude. What was it? 2 weeks ago, I decided to get on YouTube and watch people getting jump scared. And of course, I go for the throat. I go right for Five Nights at Freddy's 4. 33-year-old grown-ass adult slept with the light on the rest of the night. Well, you've seen the jump scares from that. That's an intense game, you know. I'm not a jump scare person. I mean,
yeah, I watched where it involved 3 wrestlers, 2 female, watching jump scare, and she won't even watch it.
Nope.
And I did a little bit of jump scare the first time that I watched it, but not much afterwards.
I'm just not a person. Bye, Krista. I'm just not a person who enjoys being scared. I have worked in a haunted house as the one doing the scary. Fun fact, when I worked at the haunted house that I worked in back in 2007, there was a woman who came through who was breastfeeding her 3-month-old baby while she was going through the haunted attraction. And didn't she try to yell at me and get me in trouble with my boss because I jumped out and scared her and that poor baby bit her?
One of the best places to try
Dude, who does that? Who brings a breastfeeding baby? Who brings any baby to a haunted attraction and then gets mad when the baby gets scared and bites you? My boss said that. The boss is like, why do you got a 3-month-old in your arms in this, especially in the exorcist room? So I'm not a jump scare person. Jared's like a honey badger. Honey badger don't give a shit. Jared has no fucks to give.
Yeah, before she had Jocelyn, she got me into watching a TV show that she can't even let me say the name of it now because it affects her too much almost.
Why do you do that, Wawa? Right. I just thought that was, but remember that time I got possessed down by the Brisbane Dam?
How could I forget it?
Okay, all jokes aside, a little paranormal story here. It was 2000, picture it, Brisbane, 2010. 2010. I had just moved out of my parents' house, and my husband and I, there was a little dam slash kids playground park over in the town that we grew up in. And all I remember I had gotten in a fight with my parents, and I had walked down to the dam in the middle of the night. Lenny came from his house. We weren't married yet. We were just dating. We walked down to the dam, and I just remember yelling at Lenny, basically having a meltdown because everything that was going on. And the next thing I know, I'm laying on the ground, and Lenny is laying on top of me, screaming in my face. And tell them what
Well, when I first saw her, she was trying to walk down into the water, and her eyes, you could not see any white. It was completely black in her eyes, no white at all. And she just kept on trying to push, push. I had to dig my feet in so she wouldn't be pushing us both in. But she just kept on pushing, pushing, trying to get through to get down in and walk into the water.
Now, mind you, Lenny is 6 foot.
2.5.
Lenny is 6'2", 350 pounds. I am 5'7". At the time, I was about 210. I'm not a strong person. I'm not a wrestler. I am that person that if you poke me wrong, I will cry. So the fact that he was telling me that I was somehow getting him to dig his feet into the freaking ground, I don't remember a thing, guys. Like I just remember being mad and waking up with him sitting on my back. So yeah, then when I got pregnant with Jasmine, that was pretty much the turning point as to why I can't watch paranormal stuff anymore. Because when you are 8 months pregnant and you watch Alien versus Predator Requiem, and you see that hospital scene, yeah, yep, that kind of did it for me. So, Lenny, do you have any other?
No.
Come here. You gotta lean in so they can hear you, babe.
Nope. I gave all my theories that I could think of, but there was one thing that I did come up to think about. The episode where Jared went to the school, he was supposed to go back to the school again, and then the next episode, he had already gone to the school back again. We never found out what those findings of the second time going back to the school was, or if there was anything else that he found that was different than when he went the first time.
That's a good point. May not have been crucial to the story.
Yeah.
That's what I assume. If it's mentioned and then left out later on, it was just like a little tidbit,
Yeah.
So we've got, from what I've been informed, we've got January's episodes, and then we're on season 1 finale.
Mm. How long's the finale?
Oh, that's a good question. Are we going to have an extra long episode for the finale? Can you at least grace us with that? And not a very dramatic cliffhanger, please and thank you. Polite request for a not too tense cliffhanger.
Well, he has to make it somewhat tense, because if not, then how's he going to keep the people until the next time?
Yeah, but anxiety.
You've dealt with it with other shows.
Yep.
Harder. Thank you for the information.
Fucking tease. Are we gonna get to hear from Dr. Todd soon? Are we gonna? Do you have any little teasers or any of the such you'd like to drop to keep us anchored in our seats worse than they already are? Give me some tea. When are we going to officially get to interact with Dr. Castillo? When are we gonna talk with her? When are we gonna learn a little about her other than she's in the lab, out of the lab. That gives people a chance to type. That is awesome, but also vague. Damn. Oh, that's awesome. So you guys are. Can't say when you'll hear her voice yet, but keep an ear out.
Is the principal a former male? Because it sounds with that voice, it was pretty low.
Yeah, I would assume. Oh, Lenny was asking, Anika, trans woman. Just for clarification, she's a trans woman. With the audio. Oh, did we? Oh, hold on. Yep. Trans woman.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't show you. The voice actress for Anika. Lenny doesn't have Instagram, so I have to keep him in the loop on voice actors and actresses. That's her. She's pretty. Love her hair. Now you're back. And we're back. Thanks for tuning in. So I was just showing Lenny the photo of Anika's voice actress. I was saying how beautiful her hair is. I love thick, coarse hair. You know. 1 million likes, and we'll braid this.
No.
So, all right, guys. Well, her voice actress is an absolute delight. She seems like she would just be a delight. You find the sweetest, most genuine people in the world, and I could only dream of having friends like that. I mean, I got Krista, I got family, but I mean, like outside of shithole Pennsylvania, I would like to have friends that are that genuine, beautiful, and talented. So, well, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Sorry it was a little, I do apologize that we're not usually as on track as we normally are, just with us finding out that we're losing our home and trying to pack. We have until December 28th to be out of the house. So until then, just bear with us. This is basically like an escape for us. We try to be silly. We try to just have fun, just to try to keep our minds off of all that kind of stuff. When we got this house back a year ago, we were under the impression that this was going to be the house that the landlord was going to let us rebuild our credit and buy this house. And we were looking to grow old together and have grandkids here and all that. But so thank you guys though for sticking around with us, and thank you so much for supporting us in the best way we can, and we try to support you guys back as best we can. But yeah, for right now we're going to be doing these once a month. All links, everything will be in the description. Credit will be given where due. Casper has a couple podcasts. I got to check out the Midnight Margaritas. I want to stock up on some booze. And even though I'm not part of the podcast, I want to play along and I want to drink. I want to drink. So check out everybody's podcasts. Everybody's on Instagram usually. You can find me wherever. My brain is officially checking out. So you guys have such a good night. Thank you so much for coming to see us, and we'll see you guys later on. Bye.